How's it going, YouTube? Got FourthStarTCG here, and today I have a purchases video. I have a couple really cool things that I recently picked up, and I would love to show them off and talk a little bit about it. So the first thing, I have some ungraded cards. I'm really excited about this. I got really lucky with this. I found this for sale and I snapped it up right away. When I bought it, it was it's a complete theater limited Alto Mare's VS deck. So I took everything out. I wanted to be very careful with all these cards, as my track record with Alto Mare's VS decks is not very good. But I was kind of thinking that these would be in, based on the price that this was listed at, I was thinking these would be in, maybe near mint condition. But these actually turned out to be really, really nice, which is super surprising given the price of the deck these days. But this Latios, these hollows are just beautiful. This has an amazing swirl right next to the Latios. You can see it there. Again, this hollow, just mind-blowing, so good. And these are really clean. Like you can kind of see, I think really the only thing I could see is like the tiniest little ding right in that corner, but that might still be a PSA 10, that's so small. Yeah, so this is incredible. I think the Latios might have like the you can kind of see it there. That is on the card, that little scratch right there. So this is probably going to be a 9, but that's kind of perfectly fine with me. The back is super clean. This being a 9 is super fine with me if it does turn out that way, because the deck that I opened, the Latios was super clean, but the Latios had a little ding. So now I'm hoping that when I eventually send these in for grading, they're going to come back and I'll get at least 110 of each card. So really, really excited about that. And the hollows are not the only thing in the Theater Limited VS deck. I have a full opening of this deck on my channel. And it's just incredible to open that up. But there's a ton of awesome other cards with some amazing artwork. The Misty's Corsola, the Misty's Politoed. This Politoed, I mean, look at that artwork. Just so cool. Ross's Whalmer, I think. Brock's Crobat. This is pretty interesting artwork. Oh, goodness. But then, yeah, the Alto Mare's Xatu, I want to say Annie, it's not Annie's Espeon, Will's Espeon, I'm not sure. It might be Annie's Espeon, not 100% on all the trainer names, but yeah, this beautiful Espeon. There's a lot of cards located in the same area. I think the Espeon, the Ariados, the Aerodactyl, this beautiful Midori Hirata art, they're all kind of located in the same area. Maybe the Kabutops too, but yeah, so there's so many great non-hollows as well that are worth grading at some point. Maybe not right now when you have to spend $50 to grade a card, but nonetheless, it is still pretty awesome. So this was not exactly a cheap purchase, but compared to what the sealed deck is selling for now, you're probably looking at $900 to $1,000 for a nice condition sealed deck. This was certainly worth the price that I paid for it. So yeah, eventually these cards will be graded, and hopefully we'll get some good grades. Next up, I have a nice stack of graded cards to show off. I have 2 cards I picked up from the most recent I think it was it was the month before they switched to the PWCC switched to the weekly auctions. I don't even know what they're going to do with these weekly auctions. PWCC has regressed quite a bit recently, I feel, with the switch to a weekly auction and the switch to a buyer's premium, and Gotta Catch 'Em All did a really good video on this about how like PWCC has hid the buyer's premium. They did a software update, so now it's not so oblivious to you that there's a buyer's premium. But even the imposition of a buyer's premium is just like going backwards. You know, I know that's what a lot of the other auction sites do, your Heritage, your Golden, that kind of stuff. But like PWCC is not those places. And I think one of the reasons why they did so well was exactly that, is that they weren't those places. But anyways, I picked up this Magcargo EX from EX Dragon PSA 9. This continues to add to my EX collection, my English EX collection. 9 and higher is what I'm going for there. This was pretty cheap. I think I got this for under $100. So anytime I can pick up a Mint 9 EX card for around that price, I'm going to do it. And this looked like a pretty high quality 9 as well. Yeah, the only thing I could see was just a little ding in that corner. So certainly deserving of the 9 grade, but nonetheless a pretty strong card. And yeah, I was really happy to pick this up. And the other thing that I picked up in that PWCC auction was this. This is a Pop Series 2 Celebi EX. This is pretty interesting. It's not the holo version, so the non-holo. But this is kind of interesting. People talk about like the Cgc Cheat Code, which is when you buy a Cgc graded card for like less than the raw copy costs. Because CGC, especially like, you know, the 8.5s and stuff, you can get a near mint to mint condition card for a fairly good price. And I mentioned in my return video how that 8.5 grade is really broad. But once you get up into the higher grades, it's kind of harder to achieve the mint 9s and stuff. So I looked this card over. I think it's, you know, I think this would probably cross to a PSA 9. There is just some light, you know, you can see a ding in that corner there. Some very light wear on the edges and stuff at the top. I don't know if you can catch that, but one thing that kind of surprised me here is the 9.5 grade on the centering. And if you can see, this card is not exactly perfectly centered. That top border, I would say, is clearly larger than the bottom border. And just from my own CGC returns and stuff, I don't think I ever got a 9.5 centering on like the 20 cards that I sent into CGC. Or maybe I did on like a Charizard or something, I'm not sure. But it's kind of interesting. I know, you know, they measure the front and the back looked pretty good as well. But still, like, I think that bottom border is actually larger than the top border. So kind of interesting. But I was surprised to see that this card got a 9.5 centering subgrade. But yeah, I'll pick up cards graded by any company as long as they are in strong condition. Having received a CGC return back, I kind of know like what to look for their grades. And yeah, this is a solid condition card, so I was certainly happy to pick it up. Most of my collection is PSA, but this CGC graded card just went for so low that I couldn't really pass it up. Next up, hold on, I'll crack this out of the kind of crappy sleeve here so we can get a nicer look at it. I picked up a PSA 10 Full Art Volcanion from Steam Siege. Some of these cards are PSA graded cards are kind of going down now into a area where I think that, you know, it's kind of a no-brainer to pick them up. Again, I don't usually disclose prices of what I paid for things, but I think this was like maybe $35 all in with taxes and shipping and stuff. I'm going to do a PSA 10 full art for 35 bucks. You know, I'd do that before even everything went crazy in 2020 and 2021. So now, you know, when I have the opportunity to buy that again, I will certainly do that. I did not have a PSA 10 Volcanion full art. You know, Steam Siege, Meme Siege, it's kind of clowned on as not being a good set. I actually love Steam Siege. I think it's super interesting. I think people are not necessarily like sleeping on it, but I think they don't recognize a lot of the really cool stuff that's in there. You know, with the dual types, those are really cool. With the shinies, like the Mega Gardevoir is shiny, the Steelix is shiny. They even had like shiny, most of the dual types were shiny in the regular set. You can get like shinies in the uncommon slot, like it's super cool. I think a lot of people, you know, don't recognize that they can pull shinies out of just a random Steam Siege pack. So yeah, I was really happy to get this. I did not have this in my collection, so it's a new full art 10. Always happy to pick those up. And the last two cards I have are, they're not purchases, but I actually got these, here, take them out of the sleeves as well. I actually got these in E4 Secret Santa. So a big thank you to Gotta Catch 'Em All. I think I shouted him out earlier. But he sent me these two awesome holos in the E4 Secret Santa. We do this every year. I ran it this year. My goodness, that was a lot of work. I think we had over 130 participants in the E4 Secret Santa. But yeah, he sent me these awesome PSA graded cards, so I definitely wanted to show them off before I officially add them to my collection. This beautiful Darkrai G is just incredible. This is a card that I've, you know, kind of liked for a while, but never really was able to pick it up. And yeah, PSA 9, absolutely beautiful card there. Super happy about that. And another card that I've actually been looking for this in Japanese, but I was never really looking for it in English just because finding like mint copies of this stuff in English is pretty difficult. But yeah, this beautiful Salamence. Salamence and Darkrai, two of my favorite Pokemon. So I was super happy to receive this beautiful holo, just incredible. Great Shin Nagasawa artwork there. I think this really, like, Salamence is super imposing in this artwork. I love it. So yeah, I got these awesome graded cards, really, really sweet. There were other things in the gift too as well. I posted about it on E4 in our Secret Santa thread. That's one of my favorite threads on the forum. But yeah, so we got some awesome stuff. Basically, like, probably a really nice selection of graded cards here. Lots of EX cards, lots of holo cards, but still nonetheless a super awesome purchase video. So thank you all very much for watching. I am going to have more videos coming out soon. So thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and stick around for more videos.